go out of soy. I can buy more soy. Hello! So since nobody asked me how I made these candles, I'm just gonna show you how I made these candles. First of all, in terms of ingredients, you'll need wax. I have soy wax, essential oils, fragrance oil, color. Whatever you buy, make sure that it's safe to be used in candles, like it's safe to be burned. Wicks and your jars. It can be glass, it can be metal, super glue. In terms of tools, you're gonna need weighing scale, thermometer, metal cup, mug, or whatever that you can double boil your wax in because you don't want to be burning them. Right now I've got my water boiling. Let's just measure. I'm making 2 jars of candles, so I'm gonna need, how many again? 170 grams. Okay. I'm gonna throw in a broken chopsticks to the bottom of the, well, it's floating now, but it's just to keep the metal part from hitting the bottom. Okay, it doesn't even now I'm gonna have to do this manually. I broke a chopstick for nothing. You can see it. So you don't need the water to be like boiling hot. As long as it's just hot, the wax is gonna melt. Okay, so you want a consistency that looks like that. It looks like straight up oil. Then after this, you want to just set it aside. It's really important to let your wax cool down before you add in any like fragrance oils or color or whatever, because it might cook the oil. Does it cook the oil? And science. While we wait for these to cool down, I'm going to show you a bit of what I've made before. This was my first time ever making candles. I've put like 10 grams of oils in there, so it's kind of messed up. Weird. It smells like amazing, but it's still just really weird and really ugly. Whereas when I lowered my oil amount, it looks like this. Yes, looks so beautiful. I'd like to thank everybody who bought my candles yesterday. Thank you very much for supporting everything. I was like hesitant to put them up for sale because I was very worried that like putting up random candles for sale and people might be like, what the hell do you think she's doing? So while you're waiting for this one to cool down, you can get to attaching your wicks to your jars. You want to clean your jars to make sure there's no like random dust or liquid inside. Wick sizes are really important. When I first bought these wicks, I used them for my other candles and the burning radius is really small. But for these jars, it's just the right size. Try and keep it as centralized as possible. You don't want it to be like too much to the side, otherwise like there will be leftover candles on the other side. I like to put my jar beside my warm wax, because if your jar is too cold while you pour in the hot wax, then like some reaction is gonna happen and you're gonna end up with a very ugly candle again. So for your oils, always remember to go about 5 to 6%. 6% is max. For soy wax, you probably want to wait till it goes down to 130 before you add in any oils or whatever. And then I like to add my coloring into my essential and fragrance oils. Swish it around the container. And you want to be stirring your wax very often. The outside part of the wax might be colder than the inside part of the wax, and you don't want any like inconsistent temperatures. And you also want to make sure that your room isn't too cold when you're doing this, because if you're changing the temperature of the wax too drastically, it might react. And if you're feeling fancy, you want to decorate your candles, you can always get like these. Like I got all my supplies from Shopee. I got this one, and that's how I make all the pours and everything. This one is said to be for resin epoxy. Is epoxy just resin? What does that mean? Little joints that are a little bit too skinny, they break quite easily. So I have to actually like paste them together. I'd say go for something like this. The mold is softer. Oh, it's starting to coagulate. Like the color of the wax is getting almost like translucent. It's ready. Cool. Now all that's left to do is to pour it into... Oh, coagulating. You want to experiment and find the best temperature to pour your wax. Quickly position your wig to be as centralized as possible, and don't touch it at all after that. This is why I bought the mold. I didn't want these to go to waste. I have no patience at all, and making candles actually require damn lot of patience, and right now I'm already feeling like pouring another layer over the top, but I've learned from last night that that isn't cosmetically helpful at all.
Just poured a little bit more wax over the top, hopefully to get it like smoother. With a little bit of like imperfection down the center, but if you have like a heat gun, you can easily fix this problem. But if you don't, it does not affect the performance of the candles at all, and you can then cover them up with these cute things. Use my Chinese skills, put them into a little bit of wax, and then just pop them on the top.
Alright, cool. I think these two turned out really nice. Just look at that. So we're gonna have to let it completely cool, and then we will cut the wig. Or we will just cut the wig now. Because fuck it. Do you see how little patience I have? Yep. That's about it. And I have 2 extra wax chips that I'll just, put over the top. Somebody's gonna get a big cat and somebody's gonna get a big paw. This smells so nice. I can make really beautiful candles already, baby. That's it. And this is why candles are so expensive. Oh, the process was insane. Okay, that's it. I hope you enjoy my video, although you never asked for it. But I just thought you probably would want to know. Okay, bye. Oh wait, I have a remote here.
Where I actually really go is, if you want to wash this, don't pour the wax into your sink because it cools down and hardens really quickly and it will clog your sink. What you want to do is sort of like melt as much of the wax as possible. Don't mix water into it and wipe it up. A lot of work. That is so worth it. So beautiful. Except for you, you're ugly.